Well, Jack, a 3-0 win this season against Lynn, back-to-back clean sheets and another win at home. How do you reflect on the team performance this evening?
Yeah, very pleased. I thought the lads were outstanding tonight. Against a very good full-time Lynn team who play the ball really well, try and find pockets to break the lines. I thought they was unlucky not to score in the first half, but I thought we were resilient second half, and we've shown some really good character the last couple of games of seeing the game out, and last week we could have put our chances on Saturday to make the game easier, but we didn't. But we grounded it out and we won 1-0. And then the second half performance, I thought we blew them away, Lynn tonight. Everyone to a man, the subs who come on, they were outstanding. And like I say, I was so pleased for the lads in there. And that's 12 points out of 15 this month. So won 4, lost 1, where I think it was unlucky against Macclesfield as well. So it's a great return. We're going under the radar again, and we do what we do at this football club. We work hard. We work hard together. We got 9 new players in this season, as I keep saying, and it's a fact that we were all still gelling and working hard together, and knowing each other's roles, and I think we're doing that, and you can see that, especially towards the end of the games where we're sticking in together and finding them results.
And talking about the team moves before the game, you kept it the same as Saturday, bringing in Spid for Jack Stobbs. Is there any sort of tactical changes or any specific reasons for Spid coming in for Jack Stobbs?
No, Jack's done really well. His attitude's been outstanding since he signed this season. Obviously, he is playing out of position at right wing back, so we just thought we wanted to change it, show things up a little bit, and obviously Spid going into the middle of the three, he's been outstanding. He's played there in his career before, and obviously with the amount of games and experience he brings, and we felt that we needed a voice at the back, and I think he's brought that, and that's 2 clean sheets now, and 2 on wins, and credit to him and the lads around him. I've got to mention Callum because he doesn't get mentioned a lot, and he's been brilliant for us. I feel that he commands his box really well. He shows things up, and like I say, Posher and Joel Lamar doing it next to Spid have been brilliant as well. So, and it just shows in the results that we are finding each other's roles now, and Spid's been brilliant. Yeah, he's been really good.
And how nice is that for you and the rest of the management staff? Obviously, back-to-back clean sheets for the first time this season. How proud a moment is that for you?
Yeah, really proud, and like I say, especially at home. We said as the management, especially Gaffer, we don't get a lot of fans, but the fans who we have, they back us, and they've been outstanding. And sometimes you've got to create your own atmosphere, but we know that it can be hard at times, but you can't make that as an excuse. So the last 2 games, like I say, we had to grind the result out on Saturday, and we did. And tonight, I thought the fans were brilliant tonight. You heard them, and you heard them towards the game to keep us going. And when them last 2 goals went in, you could definitely hear them cheering us on. So yeah, so proud as a management, and we got to just build from that and keep going.
And you took the lead in the first half with another brilliant Tony Weston goal, taking it around the goalkeeper, something we've seen him do once before this season. How did you see his goal from your perspective?
Yeah, great goal, great ball by Jimmy, playing him through, and we've been working up really closely with Tony and telling him doing them outside to him runs, and he's getting the rewards now. And I spoke to you a couple of weeks ago, I think it was just after the Oxford game, that Tony, he's massive for us. He's coming to replace Stefan Miles, who scored 20 goals or whatever it were, and I think he's on 5 goals now, and he's finding his feet, he's understanding each other who are around him, he's working close to Jimmy and Curran, and you can see that, and we look a real force going forward. I think this season especially, I think it's the best we've looked going forward, and we look like we're going to score every time we go forward. So that's credit to the lads up there, and may it continue.
And what did Mark say at half-time? Obviously, when you're leading the game 1-0 at half-time, it's important that you don't drop your standards. What did Mark say to the lads at half-time? Because there was obviously still a lot of football to be played.
Obviously, the second goal is very important for which team who gets it. And he just said, keep doing what you do, be more compact, don't be expansive, because like I say, you know, we probably did roll our luck a little bit at times first half, and they probably deserved the goal. You have got to give them credit, and but they didn't, because you know we defended it really well. Calvin was outstanding, but like the gaffer just said, you know, be hard to beat, slow the game down. They'll give you chances at the back, because you know we forced them a couple of errors first half where they gifted at us, and that right ball through, we could have scored 2-3 more in the first half, and as you could see, second half we did do that, and we scored 2 one-on-ones around the keeper. So yeah, the lads took that on board from the gaffer, and we got our rewards.
I don't think we can't not talk about Jordan Richards' goal line clearance. That was some piece of defending. How did you see it from your point of view?
Well, he's told everyone about 9 times in there, but he does that in training. So when we do the small-sided games, he does do that. So practice makes perfect, as they say. But listen, Jordan's been a fantastic player for this football club. Got a lot of respect for him, and so all the directors, the management, the fans. And it just shows you that, you know, we've missed him. He's come in now the last 4 games, and we've won 4. So you know, he is a big part of this team, and you know, and we're very lucky to have him. And so yeah, brilliant goal line clearance at a vital point as well. I think it was 1-0. So great. It's just like a goal, that, isn't it? So yeah, well done to Jordan. I'm sure he'll mention it on Thursday.
And like you say, with the other 2 goals weirdly being all similar, very similar tonight, but obviously 2 more great finishes from Alex Curran and Brad Holmes, who've been in good form this month particularly as well.
Yeah, definitely. Like we spoke last Thursday, we're showing them clips, and the gaffer made a good point of, I think it's all our front 4 or 5, they've got 5 or 6 goals now between, and you know, it's unheard of at Curzon, where, like I said to you, we look a real force going forward, and it's refreshing to see. Like I say, Curran's, you know, playing in his position now. He has been out of position start of the season, but he's still been great. But he's in his position now, and you know, he's scoring goals. And like I say, Tony's been a really good find for us this season, and hopefully, you know, all 3-4 of them can keep scoring goals and see where it takes us.
And how important is it now that you've got back-to-back wins, and how, you know, important is it to bounce back after the Macclesfield defeat and picking up some good results consistently, obviously getting back-to-back wins today? How important is that you know, if you fall to a defeat, quickly pick yourself back up and try and get some more consistency going?
I think we've done that, you know, this season. The kiddie game, I think was very unlucky, was really frustrated. I feel like it was the only Chester game where I was really disappointed, and that was in the FA Cup. But you know, we do bounce back. That's what we do at this football club. And like I said to you at the start, we're just going under the radar. You know, we're finding each other's feet still. We're working so hard. You know, from the directors to the players to the management. You know, to the fans. We're all sticking together, and you know, we're not getting carried away. We'll never will do that. And you know, some people may have wrote us off because of the plays what we lost last season, and rightly so. And you know, you look what some of them are doing now in League 2 and League above. I think it's credit to the football club backing us as a management and getting the lads who we've replaced. And you can see little snippets now that we are coming to a real force and a real good team, and we're gelling together. You know, there's lots of work to do, but you can just see it. You can see that, you know, the lads in there are buzzing, and you know, we've just got to keep going, because we will lose. We know that. We're not daft, you know. And it's how you bounce back, like you say. And I think we are bouncing back. And if you told me that you're gonna win 4 out of the 5 this month, you know, three games away and 2 at home, I want to snap your hand off. And you know, like I say, it's credit to all the lads in there.
And finally, we're back on the road on Saturday against Hereford. Another tough place to go. How you feel heading into that one?
Yeah, it is totally tough. You know, obviously they're probably not at the ground running like they usually do, but they're a fantastic team with a good manager. They're always tricky to play against at home. We've had mixed bag results over the last couple of years, so you know it'll be a good crowd, but we ain't got nothing to lose. Like I said, we go there with bags of confidence. We'll give them as much respect as we can, but you know we'll have a game plan and we'll play with that, and hopefully we can pick up some points on the road again.